Just outside Alamo, Nevada, founded 1901, population of about 1,000, there's a dirt road. And if you take that dirt road for what seems like forever, you'll see miles and miles of this. And while it's extraordinarily beautiful to look at, there doesn't seem to be a real pressing need to be out here. Actually, that could not be further from the truth. There's a group of volunteers that comes out here on a regular basis to make Nevada a much better place.
While there are plenty of conservation groups dedicated to wild sheep preservation, the Fraternity of the Desert Bighorn is the only group based in Nevada that focuses solely on the Desert Bighorn sheep.
Eddie, I have climbed a tall mountain to find you today. It's so good to see you.
Nice being here. I'm glad I could be here.
Now tell me about this fraternity. When did it begin? Why?
Well, the fraternity actually started in 1965. The Nevada Department of Wildlife looked around the state and they said, we got to do something for our bighorn sheep. We're losing our bighorn sheep. As near as we can tell, we only have 2,000 left in the whole state. So we got together, and there was 8 or 9 of us, and that's how the Fraternity of Desert Bighorn came to be.
Using historic accounts and archaeological evidence, the Nevada Division of Wildlife estimates that in 1860, approximately 30,000 bighorns roamed Nevada. That's a decrease of over 90% by the time the fraternity was assembled.
So you decide, hey, we're going to help out. We're going to try and tackle this problem. Never been done before. What's the first step?
Well, the first step was to get some information on sheep. So they put ear tags on them or put some monitors on them and then turn them loose so they could follow them and see what was causing the population to decline.
What was the cause?
The cause was loss of habitat. The cause was where these sheep lived, there was water. When white man came to the desert, he had to have water. So he moved in on the water. And at that time, the wildlife could no longer live there, so they either went someplace else or they disappeared.
The fraternity developed what they call guzzlers, which collect between 7,000 and 12,000 gallons of rainwater to be distributed out to drinkers for the bighorn and at least 68 other species.
So you came up with this system. How did it work? Did it work well?
It worked great. That was the answer. We gave them back a place to live. And when we gave them a place to live, they thrived.
How often you coming out here?
I come every chance I get.
How many have you been on?
We built approximately 120 guzzlers, and I've been on every one of them except one.
Today, I've joined the group to help replace some old pipes on the guzzlers. We're doing the work in the fall, so that when the spring rains come, the guzzlers will be ready to store water for the summer months ahead.
Okay, take me through the nuts and bolts of how this whole system works.
All right, well, the whole system is what we call a guzzler, and it is collecting rainwater. And as you can see up here on the top of the ridge is a collection surface that's a 40 by 80 apron, which is 3,200 square feet. And that 3,200 square feet with 4 inches of rainfall will collect 7,000 to 8,000 gallons of water.
Wow.
So we rely on that spring rainfall and the snowfall to fill these tanks, which are 2,300 gallons apiece, which hold about 7,000 gallons.
So what happens? It collects the water, then
Collects the water, then it comes down through those pipes, coming down here into the tanks, and then it fills the tanks, and then from the tanks it goes to the drinker that's over here, and that is controlled by a float valve.
The tanks are naturally black to block out the sun and prevent algae from growing inside. Volunteers then paint the tanks to camouflage them, minimizing visibility and their impact on the environment.
So these pipes are leaking. They've held up pretty good. It's been about 30 years. But obviously you can't put all this work into this and have leaky pipes. So that's one of today's issues, is to replace all these pipes. I gotta tell you, what a feeling it is to contribute.
Thanks to the efforts of this conservation group, bighorn sheep populations have recently hit the 10,000 mark.
How do you feel about these volunteers coming out here?
They're the heart of the organization. I mean, Just look at these guys. They're out here on a Sunday. They could be home doing something else or maybe watching a football game. These guys make it work.
570 members strong, the fraternity sees at least 50 dedicated volunteers working on every project to help Nevada resemble what it once was.
How important is the bighorn sheep to the state of Nevada?
Well, it's the state animal. It's our image. It's rugged. Look at it. The state, battle-born.
It's been an absolute pleasure, a very special day for me to come out here to see this, to be out here and to meet you. It's been a very, very special day. And so on behalf of the state of Nevada, to you and the volunteers out here, I want to say thank you very much. And I know it's been a special day for you too recently, right?
Yeah, I had my 80th birthday yesterday, so that's pretty nice.
I'm going to be you when I grow up someday.
Don't wish for... All right, thanks.
Seriously, thank you very much,
guys.
Eddie.
Adopted as Nevada's state animal in 1973, the Desert Bighorn sheep's resilience in such harsh environments represents the endurance of Nevada and its people.
There's one more detail to this story that I just have to show you. This is the drinking fountain, if you will, for the bighorn sheep. The volunteers have come by and placed a rock right inside of it. And you know why? Because they're concerned about the lizards and the smaller critters getting in and not being able to get out. It's just one classic example of these invisible warriors who care deeply about this state and everything in it.